Okay, good morning. Here is a video for the topic dielectric thin film filters. In short, we will write it as TTF, TFF, thin film filters. Thin film filters, dielectric thin film filters. So these can be used as an optical band pass filter. Okay, thin film filters, dielectric materials, two materials means two phases. If I use one beside the other and if I pass the signal through it, so it can be used as a filter, and the basis of this fundamental lies in Fabry-Perot interferometer. Okay, it is also called as etalon. So we have some etalon theory for it, and for this Fabry-Perot interferometer I have drawn a diagram here. Okay, you can observe this diagram. Okay, I will explain about this diagram in a while, and we will have a look at this etalon theory. So the etalon theory says that might have heard about a transmission coefficient. Okay, transmission coefficient says that how much of the power is delivered to the load, transmitted. Okay, it is just related to reflection coefficient also. We will look at the transmission coefficient. How much is passed through it, how much is coming out, is a coefficient that defines transmission coefficient, that defines the how much of the power is coming out. Okay, is the transmission coefficient. Okay, this transmission coefficient is also understood as filter transfer function, and the filter transfer function equation T is given by this equation what I am showing. T is equal to 1 plus 4r by 1 minus r square multiplied by sine square of 5 by 2 power 1 by power minus 1, means it's actually the thing I have written in square brackets is in the denominator actually. Okay, and we shall see what are these things present, the terms. R is reflectivity of the mirrors. Reflectivity means for the mirrors, dielectric mirrors if I use, so inside two mirrors as we have shown here, I am having two faces of reflecting mirrors. So if there is a optical signal that is incident here, incident light signal, okay, inside this Fabry-Perot cavity or interferometer, okay, how much of the signal is coming out is transmission coefficient. Okay, out of that input, and here inside the optical signal will be reflecting back. Okay, these reflecting surfaces will be reflecting the optical signal. Okay, how much is the reflectivity, how much of the incident signal is reflected back. For example, if the reflectivity is considered to be r is equal to 1, means that so total amount of energy that is incident on the mirror will be reflected back, completely it is reflected back. For example, if r is 0.9 r, okay, r is equal to 0.9, then 90% will be reflected back, only 10% will be absorbed by the surface. Okay, that is the meaning of reflectivity. So R is reflectivity of the mirrors. So how much of the energy is reflected back from the face, reflecting mirror face. And phi in this equation is round trip phase change of the light ray. Round trip phase change of the light ray. As the light ray starts from here and travels till this point, okay, and again returns back, means after reflecting back at this point, okay, returns back to this point, okay, from this mirror to this mirror and reflected back towards the first mirror only. Then what is the total phase change for the wave, optical wave, is the phi. Okay, phi is the round trip phase change of the light ray, and it is given by phi is equal to 2 pi by lambda multiplied by 2 n d into cosine theta, where this small n is refractive index of the dielectric mirror. Okay, and capital D is the distance between the two mirrors, reflecting mirrors in the Fabry-Perot cavity. Okay, and theta is the angle as shown here. Theta is the angle according to this diagram. Okay, the reflecting angle. Right, now we shall have the concept of Fabry-Perot cavity, and it is very important. Okay, Fabry-Perot cavity. So in the Fabry-Perot cavity, I will be having two reflecting mirrors. Okay, so these two are the reflecting faces, and they are dielectric materials. Okay, incident light signal. So light signal is incident in this direction. The distance between the two mirrors is capital D inside the cavity. That is the cavity length. Okay, so optical signal inside the cavity will be propagating, and this optical signal, so some of its energy will be uh, out, okay, transmitted out. Okay, and that wavelength is a resonant wavelength. Okay, what is this resonant wavelength? So these resonant waves will add in phase, whereas the remaining will be reflected back. Okay, remaining amount of energy will be reflected back. The amount of energy that is coming out will be added in phase, the remaining will be reflected back. Okay, so when it is coming out, they add in phase means constructive addition. Okay, if they are reflected back means inside the cavity it is destructive. Okay, when it is constructive it is added, when it is destructive, so it is reflected back inside the cavity. Okay, so at what is the resonant wavelength? Now here, so let me consider the wavelength as lambda. Okay, wavelength is lambda. It's uh, multiple integers. Okay, multiple integer of lambda are lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, etc. And the relation between lambda, lambda 1, lambda 2, these are like this. So lambda 1 is 1 into lambda, lambda 2 is equal to 2 into lambda. Okay, and etc. Lambda 3 is 3 into lambda. Okay, integer multiples of the single wavelength lambda. Okay, so 1 into lambda, 2 into lambda, 3 lambda, 4 lambda, they are the multiple integers. Okay, integer multiples of the wavelength lambda. Okay, now what is the total distance that it traveled from this point to this point by the by the optical beam inside the cavity? Okay, so from here to here, reflecting back. Okay, from here to here, as they reflect and travel back inside the cavity. Okay, the total distance that is traveled, if it is equal to lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda, 4 lambda, etc., then they are the resonant wavelengths. Okay, so if at these wavelengths they will come out, okay, some of the energy will be absorbed and will be out, and that is the signal wavelength. Okay, which adds in phase, so therefore, so this concept of echelon theory can be used as a filter. Okay, this is echelon or a Fabry-Perot cavity can be used as a filter. For example, a large or a wide range of light signal, here input is wide range of wavelength. Okay, wide range of lambda is input inside the cavity. Okay, then uh, we have to filter means, so only a small range or considering lambda, so few components, wavelength components around that lambda will be output. Okay, so here output will be narrow band. Output will be narrow band. Okay, So wide range of wavelengths are input here, and this optical signal of wide range with the different wavelengths will be traveling inside if that is equal to the resonant frequency, sorry, resonant wavelength of the cavity resonance. Okay, so then those wavelengths will be output, and the output wavelengths means the optical signal will be having a narrow band. So therefore this concept or the Fabry Perot cavity can be used as a filter. Okay, I have drawn one more diagram here about the reflectivity. Okay, so in the vertical axis it is the intensity, in the horizontal axis it is the round trip phase change. Okay, the phase change we have shown is from minus pi to plus pi. Okay, okay, for r is equal to 0.4, the yellow line, r is equal to 0.4, the yellow line, this shows reflectivity is equal to 0.4, means out of the total input optical signal, okay, 40% will be reflected back, 60% will be absorbed. Okay, the blue color r is equal to 0.7, here the blue color 0.7, okay, and for r is equal to 0.9, white color. So white color have highest reflectivity. Okay, this is the diagram, just simply shows uh, what is the variation, how is the variation of the intensity with respect to the round trip phase change. If the phase change is between minus 3 pi to plus 3 pi, then how does this intensity changes? Okay, for r is equal to 0.4, intensity, okay, observe according to the diagram. Okay, only 0.4% means 40% of the signal is reflected back, remaining 60% is absorbed. Okay, so you can observe the peaks in this diagram. Okay, these peaks will occur at, written here, peaks will occur at, for the wavelength lambda is equal to 2nd divided by n. N is some integer. Okay, this n is some integer. Okay, for some integer n, if this equation is satisfied, then we will be obtaining the peaks, okay, in this diagram. And the difference between the peaks from here to here is FSR, free spectral range. This free spectral range I have written here, FSR, free spectral range. So this can be expressed in two ways. One is in terms of frequency, as delta V FSR equals to C by 2nd, and in terms of wavelength, FSR lambda is equal to delta lambda FSR equals to lambda square by 2nd. So where lambda is the wavelength at the transmission peaks. Okay, the transmission peaks are found in the diagram. Okay, then if this is a diagram for this as a filter, then the pass band for the filter is this free spectral range FSR is the pass band. All the wavelengths that are present between these two peaks will be transmitted out. Okay, remaining will be reflected back. Okay, this is about the dielectric thin film filters.